Greg, thank you. Well, I don't know. If you're like me, you've probably looked at Instagram or Facebook sometimes and thought, why did they post that? And as we know, what you post lives forever in the digital world. If you aren't careful, some of those posts can come back to haunt you, or worse yet, cost you your job or get you suspended from school. And we're going to talk about that in a second. National etiquette expert Diane Gottsman from the Protocol School of Texas joins us to remind us what to avoid posting online. First of all, good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Jane.
Good to see you. Okay, we just mentioned social media can get you suspended from school. This picture has been circulating online. A student in Georgia was suspended after posting a crowded hallway there. Now, in this case, she said it was good and necessary trouble, but it reminds us of the impact social media can have, especially as kids head back to school.
That's right. You know, social media has huge impacts, so we always need to think before we post. And that was a crowded hallway, but you know, there are big issues that social media can, there are good, there are do's and there are don'ts. There's good and bad.
Let's talk about a few that you have specifically want to talk about. Sharing information without the person's approval. What do you mean by that?
So I think that when you are tagging someone, if you are talking about someone, if you're sharing something you're doing with them, you need to get their approval first. So for example, if I would say, I had a great time having lunch with Jane last Tuesday, and you didn't necessarily want me to put that out there. You know, you had declined another invitation, or you just, I think that we take it sometimes to overshare.
That's a great point. It's a really good reminder for all of us. Another one is destroying your own or someone else's reputation. I don't know why people do that.
You know, sometimes we say things, we want to get something off of our chest, and it includes other people. So, we are compromising other people's reputations. We are posting something that makes us appear benevolent, but really we're harming other people. And that also goes with companies, because if you want to share something about a company that you're unhappy with, I say post away if it's something positive regarding a product or a company. But if you are saying something negative, you are potentially hurting their business. And, especially during this time frame, people are struggling, businesses are struggling. So again, we need to think carefully before we hurt somebody else's reputation or a company's reputation.
I feel like we've seen a lot of this next thing recently, just because I think everybody's on edge, but threats to unfriend people who aren't being a good digital friend.
Right. And, we've all seen it. If we have social media, we've all seen a post that says, if you're reading this, I wonder if you will read to the bottom, and then you will share and cut and paste, and, or I'm going to unfriend you, or they'll just come right out and say, if you're not resharing my posts, I'm going to unfriend you. And I think that it's just better to unfriend them. These idle threats just cause controversy. They cause hurt feelings. So you can hide somebody, you can unfriend them. You don't need to tell them, but just don't get adversarial online.
Speaking of friends, you can lose a friend by posting what you're selling to your friends.
So that is so tough. For me, if you want to sell me shampoo, call me. So, people put their products out there, their makeup products, their lines of clothing, they're making things right now, or, so if you want to sell a product, and you want to put it out there on your personal page, you can put it out there, but then continuing to badger them or messaging them and being upset because they're not buying your product is taking it to the next level. So we can't force somebody to purchase a product that they don't want or need.
I'm going to ask you something finally that I think a lot of people struggle with. Social media is, by nature of what it is, about sharing. But is there a way to post things so it comes across as sharing instead of showing off?
Absolutely. So you share things that you do. Again, showing off and bragging is offensive. So think about what you post before you post. If you're posting something that's informative, that's fun, that's lively, that's helpful, those are all great things. But when you are tearing somebody down, when you know that you are putting something out there because you are boasting, we all know that on social media, it's a lot frillier than it is in real life. We only post our best things out there most of the time. And it is pulling attention towards us. So it's either going to be positive or negative. And job seekers need to pay attention, because your potential employer is looking at your social media page.
Specifically, what are hiring managers looking for?
They want to see who you are. because who you are is what you're posting out there. So they're looking to see your profile picture. They're looking to see if you're going to be a good ambassador for their company, if you use good judgment. So post things that you're doing that are positive. Are you volunteering for a nonprofit? Are you posting things out that are positive? Are you helpful? Are you friendly? Are you a good friend versus somebody who's tearing somebody down? And that's for all of us, whether we're looking for a job or we're just trying to build relationships.
All right. Great to see you, Diane. Stay safe and healthy this weekend. Thanks for joining us.